sitting there telling the lady, I'm shot. They got me in there, and I'm sitting on that bed in that room before the doctor come in. They put you in the room, they stop the bleeding. And I'm standing there, and I'm saying to myself, that moment, that chance, I'm sitting there, and I was looking, I was saying to myself, I said, man, I'm shot. And nobody's up in here. Where was the guys that I went to school with? Where was the gangsters that was with me? Where was the people that I was trying to ride out with? Where was the ones that I was shaking up with? And just like he said, the only person came for me was my mother. The only one that came for me. See, that's love. She came for me. And I did the same crazy thing that some of these young people do because I didn't know the Lord. The next day, they gave me a cane. I got back out there with the cane. You know what I'm saying? Went back to school, turned the cane upside down. I'm back. That's what they do. They get shot, they come back on the block. Tupac said, what, 5 shots didn't hit me? I took it and smiled. That's what the devil tells you. Even when you get shot, don't stop. Just go back and tell them that they ain't get me. They ain't get me. I'm out doing it again. Listen, God has something to say to you. You see, we're living in a day that God is wrapping things up. The world is getting worse and worse. After you think you've seen it all, then the enemy comes up with something else. You see, you have to make a decision in your life. You see, this decision is very, very serious. You see, I had to do that myself back in 1995, right there on the 71st Street bus, right there off 71st and Jeffrey. I met somebody that showed me something in the Bible. And I remember it was 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter. It tells me this. It said, in the last days, perilous times is going to come. And men were going to be lovers of money, boastful, proud, disobedient to parents. And as he went down that list, every last one of those qualities applied to me. And every one of those qualities applied to somebody I knew. I was getting into it with the folks. As you start making money, they get jealous. And now you're fighting some of the guys that you was cool with. Where's the loyalty in that? Me and this man was cool, but now we're not cool no more because you make money on my block. See, the thing is, the enemy is a liar. And the thing is, the devil is choosing to fool us. He's fooling us with the raps. He's fooling us with the money. He's fooling us with that stuff. But you got to make a decision. And this decision has to be real in your life. I went home, I grabbed the Bible. Just what happened, God placed one of those little bitty Bibles. I remember those little Gideon Bibles. They be giving them away for free. I picked up one. And when I held that Bible, I opened it up, and I didn't even know how to read that Bible. And I didn't go to church. My parents, they sent us, and we went to some type of service, but we were so little we didn't even really pay attention to it. But I picked that Bible up, and something said, how do you read any book? Start from the beginning. And I began to read that Bible. And I was getting on the 79th Street bus, and I was reading that Bible on the 79th Street bus. I was sitting in the cut near the back door, and I'm sitting there and I'm reading that Bible, and somehow I'm getting it. I'm reading it, I'm understanding it, I'm getting it. I learned some things in that Bible, and I want to tell you the thing that I learned in that Bible, that every last one of us is going to die. And when we die, we're going to stand before a holy God, a holy and just God. We're going to stand before the God of all flesh, the God of the universe. And I learned some things. It told me about me. And that thing was our liar. And I had to go down this list. I said, if I'm lying to anybody, and I was lying to my girl, I was lying to my guys, I was lying about everything else, but the person I bet not lie to is me. Don't lie to you. Don't lie to yourself. Don't deceive you. I said, is this book real? Is this book talking to me? And as I read the book, it said, are you a liar? And I read, oh my goodness. It said all liars gonna have their part in the lake of fire. God, I'm a liar. Then it said, have you ever stole something before? Then I said, yeah, God, I stole. I remember that time with that bike, and I took it and I jumped on it and I pulled off and they beat the guy up and all that. I did that, God. I stole before. Whether it was a CD, whether it was a light, or you was smoking, you took the light, you put it in your pocket, you stole somebody's CD, you say you cuffed it. You stole gum from a store. You stole some candy. You took something. You're a thief. Then he said, have I used God's name in vain? Oh man, don't we swear to God like crazy? We swear to God this generation. I said I did it a little bit because you can't use God's name in a curse word. You can't hurt yourself and say, oh man. You can't say that. But this generation, they swear to God like crazy. I swear, they can be lying on it. I swear, they swear so easily. Swear to God. Swear to God. It can be something stupid, swear to God. Swear to the living God who gave you your life, your breath, and everything you hold dear, your family. Take his name and swear over it. This is what you've done. Then the Bible says, have I ever looked with lust? Which one of us ain't kicked yet? Have you had sex and you weren't married? Yeah. Have you been looking with lust? Yeah. Have you watched some videos? Back in our days, it was them Luke videos. You remember them videos? Them dirty videos. You watch them late night videos. Was you looking at some pornography? Yeah. Then you're guilty. Have you been disobedient? Fifth commandment. Have you been disobedient to your parents? Oh, God, yes. I've been disobedient to my parents. The Bible said that's just 5 of the 10 commandments. And if God judges you, if you be real with yourself and listen to your conscience, if God judges you by the 10 commandments and gives you justice, do you think you'll be innocent or guilty? Think about it. Would you be innocent or guilty? It's the day of judgment. You have to face him. And if God gives you justice, you see what the devil has done also, guys, listen, God, the devil has even told us that we can do what we want, and when we get to heaven, we just say, God, please forgive me. But it don't work that way. It don't work that way, y'all. Don't be deceived. It don't work that way. If a person got caught, y'all remember my picture of Waka Flocka and them up there. If he got caught with all that cocaine and all that money, and he went to the judge, and he stood there before the judge, and he said, Judge, I knew I was selling all this, but I ain't had nothing when I was little. My grandmama in the hospital. I don't know who my daddy is. My sister got cancer. So I'm selling all this so I can get help for my family. I'm sorry. Is the judge gonna let him go? The judge is not gonna let him go. Why? Because he broke the law. He broke the law. And that judge would be guilty himself if he just says, no problem, you can go home. He's obligated under the law to give him justice. He's obligated, he had to punish him. Because if he doesn't, the judge himself isn't just. The judge himself should be removed because he's not right. He has to uphold the law. Listen, on the day of judgment, when you stand before God, you can say, God, I'm sorry. God, I meant to do right. I was going to get right. After my birthday, I was going to stop. And that would do you no good. It would do you no good. If God judges you by the 10 commandments, will you be innocent or guilty? Now the biggest question right here, will you go to heaven or hell?